because you're in a hurry and you want to get going.
No, I'm not in a hurry. I've got plenty of time.
Okay, so what happened? Why
And
should
turning right.
Can you take the next turning on the right? Why mustn't you rev your engine?
Oh, you're frightened, wouldn't you?
It's not very courteous, is it?
No. End left.
At the end of the road, I'd like you to turn left.
Sit the road before it. And straight.
I'd like you to go straight ahead for me, please. So looking ahead, what have we got to think about in this situation, Tony?
Oh, zebra.
And where are we going to look first? If we've got queuing traffic, Tony, are we able to sit on the zebra crossing?
Oh no, you get points in your license, don't you?
Why shouldn't you sit on the zebra crossing?
There's partially sighted people that have to walk around me. Or they might not even see the car and not walk around me.
That's right.
And turning left.
I'd like you to take the next turning on the left. How would partially sighted people know that they were coming up to a crossing?
I'm not too sure.
So, is the pavement a little bit different on approach to a crossing? Can it be different on approach to a
I
crossing?
have seen it, yeah. Is that the reason why?
That's the reason why. So blind people can work out that they're coming up to a crossing, so they've got those bumps on approach to the crossing, haven't they? Okay, looking ahead now, we've got a school sign here, and we've got lights here for the school. So we can stop telling. So we've got approach to a school there, Tony. What sign might we have on approach to a school? What sort of sign might we have on approach to a school?
That kind of sign, I just saw.
What else might we have?
No, those lollipop persons, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. And do we have to stop when a lollipop person's in the road?
Yeah. You're not allowed running over here. Yeah, turning left.
I'd like you to take the next turning on the left, please.
Yeah, they carry a sign that says stop, don't they?
They do, don't they?
And turning right.
I'd like you to take the next turning on the right, please. As we come round these parked cars, Tony, do we need to put our signal on
Oh,
as
yeah,
we come round
yeah.
the parked cars?
Always do.
We don't need to put our signal on, do we? Because we're going to give misleading information. We're going to check our mirrors as we come around the cars, but if you put your indicator on, people may think you're going down a driveway rather than coming round the cars, because you're not going to drive through the cars, are you? You are going to come round them and you're going to come back in again. But if you put your indicator on, say now, they may think you're going onto one of these driveways, so it's really important that you don't.
We'll have to indicate to come back in.
No, you don't have to indicate to come back in, because you're not
right.
I'd like you to take the next turning on the right, please, because people are going to assume that you're going to come back in, aren't they?
Yeah, but it's not dangerous to put your indicator back to come back in, is it?
Well, it is, because people might think you're going to indicate to pull up and park, mightn't they? So they may not expect you to continue on your journey, so it can be giving very misleading information.
And turning right.
I'd like you to take the next turning on the right, please.
You know, sometimes when you turn into a road, and you got a pedestrian standing on the corner,
Yes.
and they're looking at you and you're looking at them, it's a bit of a Mexican standoff, isn't it? Wouldn't it be best just to wave them across and get them out of the way?
Well, if you wave them across, Tony, they might be looking at you, but they might not be looking up the road, might they? So you wave them across, they act on your signal, and the cars coming down the road don't realise they're going to cross, and they're going to hit them, aren't they? So what you must do is let the pedestrian make the decision as to whether they're going to cross the road or not. No, Tony, keep going, please. You're giving misleading information there. She's going to walk across in front of you, isn't she?
Yeah, she wasn't looking at me though, was she?
She wasn't looking at you, but there was no need for you to stop, was there? She was stood there in the refuge. There was no need for you
I didn't wave at her.
No, you didn't wave her, but if you stop, she might turn and see that you've slowed down and continue to cross. So it's very misleading. So where are we looking as we approach these crossings?
Oh, sorry, I missed that one.
Why is it important that we check our middle mirror on approach to the crossings?
See the distance speed of the vehicle behind me. And turning right.
Right, you take the next turning on the right, please.
So if I turn into the road and that pedestrian stepped off the pavement,
If the pedestrian started to cross,
if I turn into a road and the pedestrian stepped off the pavement, you're like my wife, she never lets me finish my sentences either.
sorry, you're not going to.
Would I have to stop then?
What you're going to do is, before you make your commitment to make the turn, you're going to look into the new road, and if the pedestrian has started to cross, then you're going to let them go. And once they've got out of the way, then you're going to make your turn.
Yeah, but sometimes they mess around in the middle of the road and dawdle. Couldn't I toot the horn and rev the engine a bit?
No, you're going to let them. It's not courteous,
turning
is it?
left.
I'd like you to take the next
Yeah, but
turning
it's
on
not
the
courteous
left.
for them to be holding me up either, is it?
Well, the thing is, if you pip your horn and rush them, what happens if they trip up and fall? So what you're going to do is you're going to wait, let them get out of the way, then you're going to make your turn when it's safe to do so. So we're looking at how we're going to identify these crossings, Tony.
Beacons or lights.
And when we identify them, where are we going to look first?
I'm trying to figure out, is he going left and right at the same time?
It's got its hazard warning lights
Oh,
on,
right.
hasn't it? Do you know what that means, those flashing lights like that?
Oh yeah, that means he can park where he likes, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't. It means that there's what hazard warning lights are for is if, for example, somebody's broken down, they'll put the hazard warning
Well, he's not
lights
broken
on.
down, he's just
No,
driven out behind me.
They haven't. So it's to let you make you aware that there's a hazard, there's a situation that you need to be aware of, and you have to slow down.
Well,
for
my
that
wife parks
situation.
outside the bank on the double yellow line and puts them on.
No, you shouldn't use them for that. It's for
right.
to warn people of a hazard.
How am I going to turn left?
I'd like you to take the next turning on the left, please. So as we make this turn here, Tony, on our left, what do we need to consider here?
Oh, pedestrians. Oh, and that crossing.
Yeah, okay. So going back to the control crossings with the lights, Tony, we've identified a puffin and a pelican crossing. Do you know of any other crossings that we need to be?
Oh, I've read about them, but you don't very often see them, do you?
Um,
I've seen a toucan.
A toucan, and what's a toucan crossing?
Toucan use it, bikes and pedestrians.
Yeah, okay. Toucan crossings are quite, you do see quite a lot of toucan
Oh, right.
crossings. So you've got to be wary of a toucan crossing. Why have we got to be wary of a toucan crossing?
Oh, because they're cycling crossing, aren't they?
Yeah, and they might just take the chance, mightn't they, as the lights are changing to zip across on their bike, so we need to be very wary of them. With toucan crossing, there, do you know if we've got two, one on the left and one on the right? Do you know what the situation with those?
No.
They're actually staggered, and you're going to treat them as two separate
And turning
crossings.
right.
I'd like you to take the next turning on the right, please.
Oh yeah, I remember that, yeah.
So as we turn here, Tony, we're looking to see if we've got any pedestrians on the
no.
pavement. And if we have, we'd let them go before we made our commitment, our turn.
Oh, so if they're on the pavement, I stop.
No. Sorry, if they're on the road and starting to cross.
Oh, right, I was getting confused there.
If they're on the pavement, what are we going to do?
Carry on.
We're going to make eye contact with them, aren't we? We're going to
Yeah, that's
check.
what I would have done, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to just check and make sure that that's where they're staying.
And we're going to turn.
I'd like you to take the next turning on the left, please. So in this situation down here, Tony, we've got quite a lot of pedestrian, or we did have a minute ago, quite a lot of pedestrian activity. So if somebody was starting to cross here now, what would you do in that situation?
I'd let them cross.
Yeah, where would you look first before you let them cross?
Oh, in the mirror.
And why would you look in that mirror?
So I know what the vehicle behind is doing. And turning left.
I'm going to take the next turning on the left, please.
And at the roundabout left again.
Okay, so coming onto a new road now, Tony, so we're just checking ahead now to see what we've got to think about. Sorry, did you say right?
No, left.
Left. I'd like you to take the next turning on the left, please. So as we make our turn here into the new road, Tony, we're going to look to see if we've got any pedestrians crossing.
Oh, yeah, I see if we did.
So where are we going to look as we approach this crossing?
Stop here.
We're going to come up, up to the give way line, Tony. We're not going to stop here. We're going to come up to the give way line and stop at the give
I always
way
find
line.
it hard to work that one out.
So it's the dotted line.
Yeah, I know what it is. I just find it hard to, aim, reach the target. So I like to stop a bit short just to make sure, because I don't want to get points on my license for stopping over it.
If you stop away from the zebra, then that's giving misleading information to the people coming up to the zebra, isn't there?
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, but if I stop over it, I get 3 points on my license.
So you're going to stop at the give way line, aren't you? So you're going to use. Do you remember when we came up to the give way line at junctions?
Oh, and emerging.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember
so
that, yeah.
Yeah. So can you use, what reference point did you use there to make
Oh,
sure?
yeah, I used to get the curb underneath the giveaway line or the stop line underneath the door mirror.
Yeah. So you can do the same there, can't you?
Oh,
You can
that's
use that
cool. Yeah, I
reference
never thought
point.
of that.
Yeah.
You're quite clever, aren't you?
So on approach to the zebras, if we've got to stay for a period, if we've got,
Don't need to worry. I don't need to worry about pedestrians outside the crosses, do I?
you do need to worry about pedestrians on the side of the road. Yes, of course you do.
She was okay, but he was a bit.
He was a
wobbly,
bit
wasn't he?
close, wasn't he, on his scooter? Just going back to those zebra crossings, Tony.
See a sign, that was cool.
School sign. So we might have, what might we have on approach from that school?
Oh, well, then lollipop people. And turning right.
I'd like you to take the next turning
Lollipop
on the,
persons, aren't they?
the next turning on the right, please. Yeah, if you're being politically correct.
And she's got a foot on the road.
She's make eye contact with her. She's staying there, isn't she? So we can continue.
Well, she couldn't cross anyway, could she? It's confusing though, isn't it?
Well, if you just take in the information and drive at the appropriate speed, so if she did step out onto the road and start to go, if you're driving around at the appropriate speed, you'd be able to stop, wouldn't you?
Yeah, she was kind of teasing me though, wasn't she? She had one foot on the.
She was, wasn't she?
She was
So
pulling
she-
back up again, huh?
She came back onto
I
the
reckon she knows
pavement.
I'm a learner.
Remember, we're not going to use those indicators as we come around the park cars. Why are we not going to indicate as we come around
Oh
those
yeah,
cars?
confuses people.
Why? And why will people be confused?
They might think I'm turning into a side road or a driveway, and
Yeah. Did you notice that warning triangle there? We had a warning triangle back there.
the one with the school on it.
Yeah. So who would we have to think about in that situation? What might we have in that situation?
School children.
Yeah. What else might we have?
And them lollipop persons.
Yeah. Okay. On approach to a zebra, if we've got, if we need to stop, do we need to put our handbrake on? Or
Yeah.
to any crossing, do we need to put our handbrake on?
Yeah.
Why?
In case the car behind hits me, innit?
Yeah. So you'd roll onto the crossing, wouldn't you? And although you'd stop to help those people, let the people cross, you're going to roll onto the
Yeah.
crossing and hit them. Okay, so
And if you get me to find a safe and convenient stop,
I'd like you to find somewhere safe, convenient and legal to park, please. What mirrors are you going to check behind?
no problem with the mirror.
Okay.
I've been stopping for ages now, no problems. How do I do then? We're going to pass?
Well, we've worked on it, haven't we? We've identified those crossings. Just remind me, when you're coming up to a zebra or a light control crossing, where do you look first?
At the crossing.
No, where do you look first? What about
Oh, the mirror, sorry,
yeah. And
yeah.
why is it important that we look in the mirrors?
I need to know the distance speed of the vehicle behind me.
Yeah, and if we can see that the car's quite close to us, what are we going to do on approach to that
I
crossing?
slow down a bit earlier, don't I?
And what will that make the car behind you do?
Gives him more time to react, doesn't it?
Okay. On approach to the zebra crossing, if we've got somebody stood at the zebra, where are you going to look? So on approach, what are we going to do on approach to the zebra crossing?
I'm going to stop him, I'm just standing there.
Yeah, okay. And how are you going to identify if we've got a zebra crossing?
Either by the beacons or the posts,
Okay.
or the lights or the zigzag lines. I think I identified them quite well, didn't I?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, okay. We talked about, as we were coming round the parked cars, you were popping your indicators on as you were coming round the parked cars and popping them on as you were coming back in. Why is it important that you don't put your indicators on?
That confuses people, doesn't it?
And how are they confused?
Well, people indicating around the parked cars, they might think I'm turning right.
Yeah, they might. Where else might they think you're going?
Into a side road or into a driveway.
Okay. So that's important that you make sure you don't do that. We've also got to think about those pedestrians, haven't we? So when we're coming into a new road, why is it important that we keep an eye on those pedestrians? Or are we going to make our commitment? So we're going to...
I think you said at one point that if they're standing on a pavement, I'll check my mirror and stop, didn't you?
Before you make your turn to the right, if you're going to turn...
No, you said if they were standing on the pavement, I should check my mirror and stop. But then I think you said no, that was wrong.
So you're going to check your mirrors to see what's behind you. If they're on the pavement, you're going to make eye contact with them.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah, and then you're going to continue with your journey. What you mustn't you do when they've stood on the pavement?
Beckon them.
Yeah, and why mustn't you beckon them across the road?
Because they might get killed by another vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay, let's give that a rest there. How'd that feel?
I thought it was all right, but...
Yeah, it's some really good stuff there.
Okay.
Yeah, made a bit of a mess of the hand signals, yeah? Why are you not watching me when I do the hand signals? Yeah, that's the only thing that I'm actually doing at that point, isn't it? Is the hand signals, yeah? How come I'm getting away with giving the completely wrong hand signals and you're not noticing it?
I thought I had picked up on it, but okay.
Well, even when we're sitting outside on the chat at the beginning, I was getting away with giving the wrong hand signals, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah. Lean forward and have a look, yeah?
Right, okay.
Yeah, do you remember I've spoken to you quite a few times about how you can be proactive with this signals ground park cars, yeah? To actually indicate, what do I have to do with my left hand?
Take your hand down towards the indicator.
You spotted it down the road there quite nicely, didn't you? Yeah? You must have known it was probably going to come up on this subject, wouldn't you? Yeah, so when you saw my hand going there, did you not, because I always do pause with my hand there for a second. Did you not think of saying, don't indicate?
Yeah, I should have done, but no, I didn't.
Yeah, it's just, it's the difference of being proactive and having to react to it afterwards, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so obviously I know you know about it because you spotted it down the road there. I had a little tease with you, I'm just going to put my hand there again, and you said, no, don't indicate. And when I did do it for the first time, I had a good old tease with it there. I kept it there for quite a few seconds, yeah?
Right, okay.
Yeah, just get in there and tell me no.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're stopping it happening before it happens, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah? Mirrors, you got to watch me on, I'm afraid, yeah?
Oh, still, I didn't get the mirrors. Oh,
Yeah?
God.
Yeah, you got them enough times to save your bacon. But on approach to those first couple of zebras,
I didn't spot them.
There was no mirrors
Yeah.
checked, eh?
Yeah.
Even though you were actually saying to me, what's the first thing you do? And I said to you, I'll check the mirrors. Never checked them now, yeah?
Right. Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you have to do to see that?
I don't. I don't know. Sort of. Yeah.
Well, there's quite a simple solution to it. You've asked me what I'm going to do,
Yeah. Make sure you do it
and how do you make sure I do it?
by watching you.
Watching me, yeah? It only takes a split second, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Then you did spot it eventually. I think it was after about the third crossing, yeah?
Mhm.
Yeah, I even gave you the answer. I'll scan first, yeah?
Yeah.
And you let me away with that one.
Mhm.
And then you eventually mentioned about the mirrors, but then I didn't check them, yeah?
Mhm.
So remember what we talked about the other day?
Yeah.
Even though I tell you that I know I should check my mirrors, you're going to make sure I check them, yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, some good stuff in there. You covered, you covered a hell of a lot of stuff to stop it happening. Yeah, you covered the beckoning quite well. Yeah, don't forget it's pedestrians and pedestrian crossings, yeah?
Yeah. And I didn't do the pedestrians on the pavement, did I? Yeah.
Well, obviously there is going to be a certain amount of verbal testing anyway on your part 3. But there'll be less verbal testing if you're a bit more proactive with your questions, yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
Proactive Q&A.
Mhm.
What if?
Yeah.
And you remember this morning when we were over at Luton and we done the overtaking?
Mhm.
Well, we never got a chance to overtake, yeah?
Mhm. Yeah.
But you still have to talk me through how to overtake, because at the end of the lesson, then
I've got to have covered it.
the element, the overtaking element wouldn't have been covered.
Yeah. Okay.
So it doesn't have to be happening for you to talk about it.
Mhm.
If you're turning into a road and you've got a pedestrian who's got a foot on the road, what are you going to do? If you turn into a road and there's a pedestrian standing on the pavement, what are you going to do?
Mhm.
Yeah?
Mhm.
If you ask them questions, then the verbal testing is going to be a lot less, isn't it?
Right. Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But generally, very good.
Okay.
Yeah?
Would it be a pass?
Yeah, I'd have given you a pass on that. There was some good stuff there.
Okay.
It's only just going to be a 4,
Right.
and I think you probably know the reasons why.
Mhm.
You can't be letting these mirrors go unchecked, yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
I must know what's happening behind me on approach 2,
Mhm.
yeah, especially on anything really, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, and be a little bit careful about your over-instruction, yeah?
Mhm.
I had a problem with the timing of my signals, didn't I?
Yes.
The next thing is you're working on my mirrors at the
Mirrors.
same time, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I pulled you over there and I pulled your backside out of the fire a bit there, didn't I?
What, on the mirrors?
No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No,
yeah,
no.
on the signals.
On the signals, yeah.
Yeah.
You spot the problem. How do you analyse it? Don't forget, I've got a test coming up in 2 weeks and 4 days, or whatever the word picture I gave you was.
Yeah.
That makes me at a trained level, yeah?
Mhm.
Confidence is really important.